more along the learning lines for this one. There's a few things that I want to get set up properly, and I want to start working together. So now we got a new entire thing, a new, what is it? This is a new game. Is that what they call them in Fantasy Grounds? I don't know. I don't remember as I was looking at things. So yeah, none of the NPCs or anything related to this one. Started on a fresh slate because hopefully I'm going to use this this game sometime in the future. Maybe not anytime soon, but hopefully sometime in the future. So what I want to do is start working on, as this is titled, what did I title this? Building the Foundation for the Anvil. Yeah. So my Saturday games, which we only play every other week, is called the Anvil. And I'm not specifically working on that game, but I sort of put the Anvil together and ran a relatively long-going game so far. I think we started at 3rd, they're at 7th level now, halfway to 8th. And it's a little homebrew campaign, homebrew set and everything. And I want to switch over to Fantasy Grounds at some point, but I'm building the Anvil as sort of a, I don't know, one-shot sort of world, where the Anvil is a mercenary company that, let me see, what do I need to start doing while we're here? I need to get set up some images and maps. Okay, so there's all these. Is there any way I can move these? I can remove them. Probably not. I don't need to. This is, I didn't put the free Fantasy Grounds maps and stuff. I didn't load that in for the modules and stuff, I think. Yeah, just some basic stuff. I'll have to get some more modules and stuff slowly put in here for some other things, but I'm not sure what I want to get yet. But it's all right. I don't have any time frame as to when I actually want to run on Fantasy Grounds, so we got plenty of time for that. So let's open the folder up for images and maps. And okay, so here's what I'm looking at. So Fantasy Grounds, campaigns. So these are all the Curse of Strahd. So Curse of Strahd is the one I'm playing in. Anvil Adventure is the one we're working on. That's what I named it. There's a sample one. There's some other free ones. Or no, I finished Curse of Strahd. Storm King's Thunder I played in the first test round. Okay, yeah, that was the test one we were running. And I don't know what one-shots is. Oh, yeah, I did play in a one-shot one. Okay, so yeah, we're working in, I guess, yeah, okay. Every single game has its own folder that has things in it. So we're at Anvil Adventures, and it's supposed to be images. Okay. Right? Is that the right folder? Yep, just to pull it up again. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So this is where we're going to put all our maps and stuff. And today, what I want to do is I want to put together a little adventure that I did run in the Anvil game. I've already run it. We've already gone well ahead of it. So I have no issue just showing behind the scenes. I move that out of the way. So this is here. Remove this here. I should actually close these so I have all that real estate on the right monitor here. There we go. I'm not closing Discord, but I'm not going to get any notifications pushed. Where are we at? There's this one here. Okay, that's on the right side. We'll move that to the... That's on the left side. We'll move to the right side. Perfect. Okay. I need to grab some maps. I should have them all saved in my main folder. And move them over. So this little adventure thing that I planned, what did I call it? Actually, I should probably... Wallbanger, hey, what's going on? Putting together something I've run before on Fantasy Grounds. I ran it on Roll20. With the Anvil game. That's a Saturday game that I'm running, and I had a little adventure there that I wanted to sort of port one of the things we did over. So I'm going to launch that in Fantasy Grounds here, hopefully so I can pull some of this stuff over easier. So let's see. So what did I have? What did I have? Oh, this is the Anvil. Awesome. What handouts did I have from here? Do I listen to any D&D podcasts? Yes, I do. There's a few that I try and keep up on. One that inspired the Anvil that I like to listen to is run by Matt Colville. Is called The Chain of Acheron. You can just search on YouTube. It's got a relatively long playlist. I think they're at 20, almost 30 episodes now. I've heard of Critical Role. It's sort of too daunting for me to get into. But the first D&D podcast that I ever listened to was called Role Play, R-O-L-L Play. Not roll like, you know, playing out your role, but role play. and I, as far as I know, it was one of the first YouTube or streaming sort of D&D games. It's well before Critical Role, but it was run by JP McDaniels. Well, he didn't run the game, but I think Neil was the one who ran the game, and as one of my favorite characters in there. What was his name? Vincent Longbourn. Yeah, so the one that Coach, who Coach sort of got his backstory from, the Longbourn family and stuff. That's where his original character idea comes from. That one's called Roleplay. That one's really old, and it's not 5th edition, so I don't usually recommend that. And I think the only other one that I listened to, what is it called? It's Adam Kobold's game that he runs with JP now, and it is 5th edition. I'm trying to think what its name is. I could probably search it. It's Roleplay something, but it's Roleplay. Oh man, I'm trying to think. I have the power of YouTube right here, so let's see. Yeah, Court of Swords. So yeah, Court of Swords, I would start if you want to like try and learn 5th edition. Yeah, Roleplay Court of Swords. It's run by Adam Kobold. It's done really well. It's on, I think it's on Roll20, yeah, if I remember correctly. And they help sort of like most of the players there are new to 5th edition, so it helps teach you some things. Again, it's really long, so I usually don't recommend unless you have a ton of time to read into it, but that's what I on and off listen to when I'm not doing my own stuff. Let's grab some of these things. So the Rassilon Mines. This is what I ran, and these are the notes that I have for the moment. I think, yeah, all this cool stuff. So maybe I should keep that sort of to the side so I don't give up all my secrets. But I need this up. Put that over on the right side. And I'm gonna grab the maps for now. We're gonna move the maps over for this first. So dungeon. Nope, these were all my custom maps that I used here. Let me actually check. Maybe I don't have them saved. Let's see. There is the Rassilon Mine and the Rassilon Dungeon. Okay, so these would be in my maps. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have them on this computer anymore since I restarted. That could be possible. So we may be making brand new dungeons today for this. I have them on. Yeah, they're here in Roll20, so I could probably copy them over. No, not quarter swords. Court, like a basketball court of swords. Yeah, I recommend checking that one out. Not quarter swords. Yeah, you got it, quarter swords. Let's see. Okay, we still have the map. I may just redo this. I may just redo a dungeon for this. Sort of steal some of these cool ideas that I had. But essentially, the premise was for this little adventure is they were sent by the Anvil, which is a mercenary corp. Now they're not like a small time mercenary corp in the campaign they're playing right now. But what they are is they're sort of like this sort of hired military. They helped overthrow this old empire and stuff. And now they're sort of like the main police for all these different territories and stuff, all the freed, factions and stuff that were under the heel of the empire and stuff. They won the war 80 years ago. It's been quite a while, and the Anvil's just sort of sticking around. It's a decent large size, almost 100,000 characters and stuff. Let me actually, before I pull any maps in, how do I make notes in here? Is it would I put this in story? I add a story. Yeah, I'm alright. So we're gonna start copying over. Let's see, Divisions of the Anvil. So I'll slowly start explaining this as well. First episode is not in your podcast. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't know. I think 38. I don't know when 38 is. It's been so long since I've listened to it. They're like on season 7 right now, like some 100-some episodes. So I don't quite remember when 38 is, but if I had to guess, it's probably when probably after Sean, probably after day 9 finished up, maybe before that. But they have some guest some guests show up every once in a while, play characters for a couple weeks, and they're starting off. Let's see. So we'll call this. Actually, I can probably just copy this all over, right? Divisions of the Anvil. No, I can't copy that from Roll20. Nope. The is going to be capital. All right. So we have divisions of the Anvil. I'll lock that in, and then can I type here? Nope, that's in the chat box. Maybe I have to. Yeah, I have to tab down. Oops, no. I can hit enter and go here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's better. This is where I want to type. Okay. So let's see if I can copy this over. Will it take all this stuff or not? Control V. Okay, nice. Little weird on the formatting, but that's actually not too bad. So the army's name is called the Anvil. Again, it's sort of a mercenary corp, but it handles a lot like an army, and they're broken into different divisions. Some of this didn't. Army of the Anvil divisions, the pawns. So yeah, this is them. So this was what I started them out as. The start of the Anvil campaign. They were in the Anvil, and their division was, they were in the Pawns division, which is sort of just like the entry recruits and stuff, frontline infantry sort of guys. And they have different sizes for them. Companies, troops, tunes is the smallest for platoon. And they were just the regular parties. They were more in the tune size. But they had, at the time we started, they had roughly 20 to 30,000, not really members, more like soldiers, more or less. They're not all soldiers, but they're broken into different divisions based off of chess pieces. So you've got the kings, which is the council of generals of the divisions. There's 6 specific kings, including like the head general, which I think I named as well. I'll probably use a different name if I'm gonna redo this whole Anvil thing. I might not. Might make it easy for myself. And then there are the queens. The queens are very similar things, but they're all members who just have large stakes. So any of the leaders from those factions and stuff, they would be part of the queens. Then you have the first sort of military unit, the bishops. They were originally designed as like, oh, this is gonna be like one of those secretive, like highly trained. You know, you're not supposed to know who's in the bishops group, like the secret agent spy groups and stuff. That's why I have quotes around scouting and recon and stuff. But then you have the knights, which eventually my players who are currently playing in, they are knights now. But they're veteran warriors who've really proven themselves. It sort of showed that they've gone above and beyond and really have the trust of the Anvil behind them. And they're usually tasked more to leading sort of, you know, their own sort of units and stuff, leading different divisions of pawns and stuff. And then they have the rooks. The rooks are, again, specialized units. Sometimes they're siege operators, cavalry, but they're not in this sort of war right now, at least in the campaign that they have. So most of them are smiths, enchanters, more of a sort of, what is that? Supply lines, what is that called? Infrastructure, yeah, more infrastructure based, rather than actually being things. So like if there's like merchants and stuff who are part of the Anvil who are just like working here, talented smiths, alchemists and stuff. There's about as many of them as there are pawns, which is the main forces, new recruits and stuff, the basic military soldiers. And each of these pawns sort of answer to either a knight, well, probably a knight, who is sort of like their handler and stuff. That's how we started it out. And that's probably how I will do it whenever I run this again. This little adventure. So this is a little breakdown, because this will be hopefully a reoccurring sort of thing that I'm doing and using. So anyone new who does not know the Anvil, I'm going to have all this work done, so I want to reuse it. But hopefully they'll help recognize, hey, we're doing the Anvil again. If they don't know this, they can come look here at the story stuff. Hey, here's the nice little breakdown of the Anvil. Let's see, what else do I need to pull in? So I've got characters of the Anvil, which I'll probably change names to protect the innocent. So I change them up for, I've got all sorts of cool names and stuff for other people. That's some of the stuff is for this specific campaign that I'm running currently. And so when I'm doing one-shots here, then we probably won't use the same names. So let's not drag that over. But the Rastalin Mines. Do I already have it pulled up somewhere? Yes, I do. All the way over here. So the Rastalin Mines. Upon removal of all, so I worded this out. Let's add this in. Yeah, right now, I'll let you know if more slots open up. Yeah, it's a Saturday game. I think we start at 5 p.m. Eastern on Saturday game, but it's every other week, and we have technically 7 players. I think we started with 4 last week. I expect them, for the most part, all to show up. We have some new players. We were recruiting about a month ago at the start of the year because I had, I think, 2 different players drop out in December because their work schedules changed and stuff. But I'll let you know if any more slots open up. And if I do plan to run any one-shots or something on Fantasy Grounds. See the Rastalin Mines. I fat finger every single key in this keyboard. All right. Enter. All right, get the main text. So this is filled out. Hopefully the paragraph type. No, we'll just have to Control V. Yeah. Formatting is not perfect, but that's not too bad. It's supposed to be signed by. So upon removal of all monstrous threats and guaranteed that there are non-returns within the Rastalin Mines. So kill all the monsters, make sure they don't come back. The Anvil is to be paid, some of 1,500 gold pieces. That's what the pay would be to the entire Anvil. So the troops, the people who finished this job, when I originally ran it, did not get the full 1,500 gold pieces. Right, they were tasked with. Yeah, I have the rest of it. There we go. There we go. I didn't copy it all. Control V. There we go. Troopers to return 700. Half of the payment to the Anvil, and the other half they're able to keep, as seen fit by the commander. So the commander is usually one of the players who, usually one of the most experienced players, or who's the most charismatic, who wants to sort of be the captain of the team. Usually they don't like sit down and be like, yeah, we're doing this, giving orders and stuff. It is generally pretty well run by group consensus, but they're sort of the ones who's responsible. Hey, yeah, role play wise, you're the captain. You're gonna take on the role, do a decent bit of the speaking, and also role playing wise, you're responsible for sending out letters when one of your troops dies, things like that. Because we ended up having, I think, one death when we ran this, which was sort of planned out. One of my new characters rolled stats and just rolled really bad stats, and was like, yeah, just let's make another character after this, and then we're just gonna run him through really quick. He'll die, right? Play him a little recklessly. I'll help you out. We'll off him, and it actually worked out pretty well. I probably wouldn't run it the same way again if I had another character with low stats. I'd probably let them take the stat array or something instead, but it ended up working out actually pretty well. But yeah, upon removal of all monsters and guarantee of their non-return within. I may reword that better in the future. This will work pretty good. So it talks about how much they pay. I may change that as well, especially from just doing one-shots. Payment's not super important. I guess I could leave it as that. I don't know what I want to. They were 4th level when they took this mission, so we may end up leaving it like this. So we have the Rastalin Mines. I'm hoping these are available for players to see if they want to access them as well. There's probably a way I can start up a player version of Fantasy Rounds and actually check things like that, but I won't get too complicated into this as I'm still sort of learning. Let's just get some of the basic stuff down for now. Yeah, so that was sort of the initial outline. They were supposed to go to the Rastalin Mines, go to the town of Rastalin, who has large mines. It's run by dwarfs. Let me look at my other notes that I don't like to give away. I have it over here. Perfect. So it was signed. I gotta pull it up again. It was signed both by Malorn Shattershield, who is a person, the mine owner, who once the monsters are moved, and is also signed by Rojack, who is the general of the pawns. Rojack approves all jobs that go through the pawn, so he pretty much approves all jobs for pretty much most of the Anvil stuff. And then they have their own handler. I forget who it was at the time, because their current handler, the guy who sort of gives them missions and stuff and oversees them, is one of the retired characters. One of the retired PCs in the moment. I forget who the original was. It was Rojack for a little bit as well, but not during this mission. So I have a bunch of these things here. Malorn Shadow Shield, I have a barmaid, Thran, who is now sort of who leads a troop of dwarves for them at the current point in the campaign. It's a cool recurring character. His brother died to one of the monsters in the mine, as they'll find out. I don't need to like skirt around the details, honestly. I don't expect any of my players to really worry too much about this, but yeah, I can probably go into pretty good detail to sort of show you guys how everything is sort of, or how I originally set this up and how I might change it as well. So let's get, the initial start was they went into the town, which I don't think I'll need a map for that yet. I do need a map, technically, because there was a final battle there in town against the good old dragon that is hiding in the dungeon. But we need to put a dungeon together, so I'm gonna use, let's see, let me pull this up here, Don John, yeah, there we go. Oops, that's the wrong one. I want the random dungeon creator, yeah, there we go. So I like to use this, Don John's little random dungeon generator. So I don't worry about the dungeon level or size or anything, because I'm not actually putting the monsters that they suggest in here there. I just need to generate a map for my characters. So map style, what I like to do is I like to use crosshatch, because this is going to be an underground cave for the initial part. And it'll probably be a large dungeon, maybe not. But we're also going to have cavernous layout. So yeah, there we go. It's going to look more cave-like instead of the original dungeon. And we may have to generate this map a few times so we get one that I like, but we do want peripheral egress. Yes. We might need two. No, I think one is fine. Let's see, do we want quarters? No, this is all for more regular dungeon build stuff. But the dungeon motif, this is for, it'll actually reconstruct it and set it up. It will not just build us a little map for us. We'll see the map here. This is how they sort of typically run. I want, it doesn't matter what side this in. What I would probably do, if we were to use this map, I don't think I will, but, oops. So if you click on here, yeah, see, it generates a bunch of monsters and stuff. I'm not gonna use these, we're gonna generate it ourselves. But what I would probably do is say like, oh yeah, they broke through the ceiling in this room, right? And they're able to get up and down, you know, through a rope or something, but like then they gotta find their way to the exit, right? What do you listen to Quarter Swords on? I just use YouTube. I just leave YouTube on when I'm working, because my battery lasts pretty long. I have a relatively okay phone, but it'll last all 8 hours just using YouTube and the dimness on low. But I used to, for the older podcasts, I used to download them on my computer and convert them to MP3s so I can listen to them, just the audio. It took a bit more work, and there's probably better ways to do it now. But I used to do that as well. Just download like 6 or 7 of them, so I'd have like enough for the week or something. But let's see, we won't use this map, so we're gonna go back here. Okay, then we're gonna change some random seed numbers and something like that. See how it shows up. And this is how we sort of refresh the dungeon again. Because I know what monsters I put in here last time. I definitely remember that, even though I sort of deleted them off the whole Roll20 thing. All right, this might not be too bad. We can probably work with this. Let's see. Although if this is going to be maybe a one-shot, maybe a one-session thing, we definitely don't want large. We probably want small. Let's see how much smaller it gets going down here. It's been a while since I've used this. I've been building regular dungeons with another tool we'll probably see today. That's not too bad. But I do sort of want the peripheral egress somewhere else, rather than sort of whatever halfway point there. Let's try again. Get another dungeon. That's not too bad. I think we'll use this one. So we'll have them break in. Yeah, probably one of two ways. I might have them break in here, maybe over here. So I'll work their way through, have a first encounter up here in this sort of main area. I do like the idea of gas spores. That's something I didn't use originally. And then up here, yeah, maybe set a gas spore here or something. Some fungus along the walls. Something easily able to see, but maybe they just don't know it would be a gas spore or something. Maybe up here as well. But I'm thinking that small might not be right. Small looks a little too small. Let's try medium. We have plenty of time to sort of cycle through a bunch of these, try them out. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Wish it was sort of more packed, but caverns aren't too bad. If I had them, say if I had them drop in through here, which I mean, it sort of kind of makes sense to be at the opposite corner of the sort of exit point to the actual dungeon, hidden deep in the ground. But if we drop them in here, they broke in. Maybe not like here specifically, but like maybe up here and came out here, walked around here, sort of empty pathway. Maybe there is some creature down here, but out here there's like a battle or encounter. That'll definitely is like the phase spiders that I had originally. This might work. Let's maybe not. Let's keep rolling a little bit. Change a couple of numbers. See how well this works. It does take a little while every single time to load this up. But this is how I usually go through building my caverns. I don't have a good drawing tool for caves and stuff. I like this one better. Yeah, longer, snakier tunnels and stuff. We have them break in somewhere over here. Yeah, I think we'll use this one. This one's great. I like this. So what we're gonna do is we need to download a player's map. It's gonna take a while. This is the most tedious point. It may not even work. We may need to redo this. We're not going to use this name either, but hoping this is going to download. But yeah, my entire plan is like, or my initial plan, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, they're going to break in here. They're going to go walking through here. Not really encounter anything. Maybe not encounter anything. I may change that idea, but I'm not inspired right now. And they come here for the first sort of breakaway, where they're going to have to decide, hey, we're going to go down here. If they do, it's obviously just a dead end. But they go south here. And this is where they're going to see some skeletons, and what enemy they're going to be fighting are skeletons and minotaur skeletons. Perfect. Secrets. So names gives it this name. There we go. There's a nice player map, which looks nice if we full screen it. Process looks a little hazy, but as you zoom in, it's a lot better. Let's see, is it control? Yes, it is. There, see. Resolution. Relatively okay. It's not too bad. I mean, we're going to be sitting on these squares and stuff. Yeah, I think this will be really good. So let's move that. It downloads. We're going to take this, cut that, go back right in here. We're going to rename it as well to Rastalin. I didn't name that. I didn't spell it right. Caves. There we go. Oops, no, I'm not doing that right. So we're gonna go back here for a second. See if that's populated in images and maps. Is it already open? Yes, it is. Rastalin Caves. There we go. So big, big, big map. Let's get this smaller. So I'm picking up dice. What is it? Is it middle mouse button? It's gotta be this. Is it this? Nope, that's the panning. I know there was a button that would change things to control. Yeah, it's control. Okay, so that does that. If you hold control and then left click, it'll sort of resize it like this. So that's sort of useful. Now let's see. I'm gonna enter over here. I gotta figure out today as well how to sort of hide things from players. I don't think mask mode, is that how it's done? Yeah. Yeah, okay. What is it? Do I just draw a circle here? And erase? No. Can I control Z that? I can't. Oh no. Can I how do I undo this stuff? Drawing. Clear drawing. Okay, okay, nice. Now let's work like this. Enter. Erase. No. Okay. Will this? No, no, I'm not figuring this. Oh, yep, perfect. Okay, so little squares like that. Perfect. Okay, that makes sense. That'll work. So they'll come into here. We'll open up a little bit more for them. Actually, this is probably the last thing I want to do, because I'll just want this nice and bright for me at the moment. So let's brighten this up again. How do I turn this off though? How do I reset this? That's my question. Oh yeah, now Fantasy Grounds gets a little buggy. Okay, it's trying to do all this revealing. Ooh, Fantasy Grounds is not responding. That's great. That's good. Let's give it a second. We'll give it a second and see if it catches up. It may not. There, perfect, perfect. There we go. Well, not perfect. I got to do this half here now, but. And this is probably going to take the same amount of time. It's really weird. I guess this isn't going out to anyone. Like, this isn't a live server, so it doesn't like have to update too badly. I don't know why it's locking the computer up. It's not locking the computer up, it's locking the program up. Because yeah, the computer is not running even remotely hot at all. Yeah, it's not even eating up RAM in an excessive amount. So they'll enter here. Let's turn that off. They're going to enter here, and then let's start making some encounters. So the first encounter, let's see, images and maps, we don't need that anymore. Let's make our encounter. So let's get a new one, create item, and let's go get these NPCs. So first off, we want skeletons. So we're going to use both Minotaur skeletons and regular skeletons. So Skeleman 1. All right. And I'm probably going to have to update their token as well. I'm sure these aren't bad. Maybe we'll use these. Maybe we'll use these. That's not bad. Minotaur does not have a nice skeleton. We'll probably have to go get or move a token over for them. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the token done now. Launch star tokens. How do I where is this stored again? All tokens shared. Okay. Fantasy Grounds tokens. Didn't I have a folder called monster tokens here? No? Post monster tokens, yes, okay. Got those two tokens. Let's move some in from my token set. So we're gonna need both Skeleman. Do I have a Skeleman in here? I should, yes, I've got skeletons here. And then Minotaur skeletons. I don't have a Minotaur skeleton. Right, I'll have to grab one real quick. We'll grab one on our favorite tool. 5e tools, easiest way to do it. Bestiary. Scale. Minotaur skeleton right there. That looks nice and menacing. Save image as. Those are my backgrounds. D&D tokens. Minotaur skeleton. It's already nicely named and everything. And now we'll move Minotaur skeleton over. There we go. I'm not copying it. Should probably copy these back real quick. Paste. There we go. Yeah, should be copying and pasting more. So let's see. Do these populate? So it's not getting the skeleton. It's got the Minotaur skeleton. This skeleton, did I make that? It's not accepting it because it's not a PNG. Can I change that? Properties. Can I change? Nope. There's probably a way I can change it. I don't want to go too crazy in this. Can I change type of file? No, I can't. Let me just get it again from Bestiary Skeleman. Scale. Yeah, this is the exact same one that I'm trying to use. So if I save image as, it does save as a PNG image. Okay. Skeleton. Nice. So we'll move that out of this folder. And we'll go to D desktop. Nope, it is D&D. I did save in tokens. Skillman. Skillman. It's a PNG. That one or this one? It is this one, the one on the left. So deleting that one, and this one's getting copied and pasted. There we go. And there we go. Got our skeleton and our Minotaur. So let's see, we can drag this over. Got a question about the 5th level monk ability. All right, yeah. The stunning strike. I'm gonna have to change the Skeleman thing. It's my skeleton now. Minotaur skeleton. Nice. Minotaur, dude. I have to unlock it. Yes. Minotaur skeleton. Perfect. Lock it again. I can use Flurry of Blows and Stunning Strike in a combo of 4 different NPCs. I don't think that's how it works. Let me pull up the monk. Stunning Strike is when you use your Flurry of Blows. So I don't think it works on the Flurry of Blows attacks. Let me pull it up real quick. Monk. Open hand. You get Paralyzing Palm or Stunning Strike. Starting with you can interfere with the flow of ki and opponent's buttons. When you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, so yeah, it's any attack, you can spend 1 ki point to attempt a Stunning Strike. Yeah, so at 5th level, you have 4 total attacks, and you can attempt 4 times. You have to spend a ki point every single time you attempt to do it. So if you want to hit 4 different NPCs, it's going to cost you 4 ki points. But yes, you can do up to 4 different NPCs, the same 4 NPCs. And they are stunned until the end of your next turn, so it'll usually negate 2 of their turns. Hopefully, depending on the initiative. Let's see, Minotaur Man and Skeleton Man has got there. Gotta unlock it again. Skeleton Man's got that there, nice. And these, I don't think I'm going to change at all. These are just going to be the base monsters as they are. These Skelemans, I might switch this to Spear or something instead. These are definitely gonna have Great Axe and Gore, Charge, all that stuff. I'm gonna leave these the same. Yeah. I'll leave with a short sword. Some of them might have short bows. Short bows are gonna be important because you're gonna get caught up behind these tight quarters and stuff. That's good for there. Let's see, Skeleman 1. Oh, I gotta remove this. 2. And then now we're gonna move these guys because we're gonna have one Minotaur skeleton, one regular skeleton, and this encounter may change. These Skelemans. Got the idea of splitting flurry blows when you told me I could use the last attack of one leader. Yeah, you can flurry blows. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can differentiate all the attacks like your regular attack. You can put those attacks like you can attack, move to another guy, and then attack. Like you can split up those attacks in your movement as much as you want, as long as you got attacks and movement left. I think the only major thing is you can't attack with your first attack and then you have your extra attack and then bonus use your bonus action to teleport and then attack, or maybe you can. I think you can. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. Maybe it's just some other abilities. No, I think you can do it. Yeah, you can split up pretty much all your actions as freely as you want. Maybe you can't, but it doesn't seem too bad for me. Let's see. Skeleman's 1. Do I have to drag these in every time, or can I just add more somehow? Yeah, just 3. Actually, we only want 1, technically. Now we're gonna have 6 of these guys. So that's not a crazy hard fight there, but a nice little thing. I was don't get too confused. But yeah, you can split your open hand things. So yeah, you can't, if you hit with one, you can knock that one back or prone. Yeah, you can split them as whatever you want. You're free to use your abilities as or at least that ability as divided as you want. All right, so we have the Skeleman ones. These guys, this is a pretty easy fight technically. I would have them just for simplicity's sake. Let's throw this encounter in here. The first thing I want them to do is they're going to come here and probably have this encounter. Maybe not. Maybe not. I want 3 encounters here because 3 encounters could be a whole session. If I knock the first one prone, he won't get attack of opportunity on you. He will. He can take an attack of opportunity. But because you're prone, when you're prone, making melee attacks are a disadvantage. So it's usually a non-issue. Some enemies who are really strong, that they can still hit there. Obviously, sometimes I roll crazy high even with disadvantage. But yes, they still get their attack of opportunity, from what I can remember. Let's see, Skeleman 1. Yeah, I think we'll just leave this here. This is what I had originally as the initial fight for the 4th level characters. So yeah, it would just be 1 Minotaur skeleton. That is a huge ass token. I need to... Oh, I don't have a delete token. I don't have the grid set up. How do I set the grid up? Like this. Yes. I can remember things from yesterday or 2 days ago. Since we played yesterday. 50. Perfect. Okay, so it'll work probably. I did get a few 18s and 19s, yeah. And I got plenty of crits too, but those are on, I think, advantage with the pack decks and stuff, so pretty rough. So let's get these set up. You're not in. Now you're in. Nice big old boy. And we'll just say the Skelemans are here. So I would play this out as yeah, they hear the rocks tumbling and come down here as they land, break through wherever here they come through. And these guys are sort of coming marching down to investigate. And this shouldn't be a hard fight for 4th level characters. It might be, it always can be. Yeah, big old Minotaur guy is supposed to be up front. These guys are gonna have their bows for the most part until he dies. Then they're gonna slowly switch down to swords as they get cut down. This is just a nice little encounter for them to sort of realize, hey, we're fighting, there's some undead down here. You're gonna sort of tell them, hey, there's some weird stuff going on down here. because they'll probably get told that there's some undead and other monsters and stuff down here initially. I always run this sort of in town encounters a little differently each time I run them. But I don't want to go too into detail in case any of my players who might play through this do end up playing. But it's always going to be cool and interesting. So these guys are going to come in. This will be the first little encounter. These guys they should be hidden, right? How do I hide them? Oh, they're not in the tracking. They're not in the combat thing yet, so we're gonna be hostile. And then the next encounter, I think we're gonna have this next encounter like around here. So that's Skeleman 1 encounter. Lock that down. And they're gonna be gone until we add them into the initiative thing. So we're gonna have another that's not how it's spelled. How's Boule spelled? And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. 4th level characters, why would you stick a Boule on them? That's a pretty rough fight. I can take one down pretty easily. And to that I say, no, it was 2 Boules that I suck on them. B-U-L-E-T-T, okay. E, all right. We're gonna grab them. B-U-L. There we go. Let's open it up first, because I'm probably gonna need to do the same thing. Just make my own real quick. Open that cipher up. Do I have a Boule in my stuff? I do not, so we're gonna have to go grab one real quick. Back to 5e tools. I should just leave this open. I keep closing it out. Well, let's see, we'll save image as Boule. Do a quick copy, paste to get that token in here. We'll actually close it out there. Tokens, monster tokens. Grab the Boule man after we unlock it. There we go. I'm learning, slowly learning. Yeah, we're gonna use these. Yeah, these are terrifying. They got Stanley, and their bite is +7, 4d12. Yeah, this merges level 4 party. And then Deadly Leap, of course. The thing is, these guys aren't just, walking around willy-nilly, and they're gonna fight them. There's gonna be a couple of these guys. One, I think I had 2 originally. Oops, let's just make that 2. They'll be neutral for them. Did I ever run the Lost Mines of Phandelver? No, I have not run the whole thing, but I ran a small bit of it for my family. The first game I ever ran in person, my mom and my 2 brothers, I ran the first sort of encounter and a little bit of the Goblin Cave with them. And I don't know if I ever went back to it, I probably would just read over it loosely and then still go with sort of my own idea. I do like the idea of me sort of putting things together at home and just custom storyline and everything and not following strictly to the book. Because I just don't like to spend a crazy amount of time reading over all the extra stuff in there and memorizing it. I'm terrible at memorizing things. I can never remember just what I've specifically read and relating it back very well. We've got the 2 Boules. They're going to be neutral because they're actually in the middle of fighting some stuff. They're actually in the middle of fighting some more of these Skillamans. So let's pull up some more Minotaurs and Skillamans. So now they're fighting a Minotaur and 6 more skeletons. Oh, we'll say 4. 4 is probably a better number. 5, 4. Oh, not 54. 54 is a little extra. These are definitely hostile. They'll technically be neutral for the first little bit. So the party's going to come through here. And then there's going to be Boule here. And then we're going to have the Skelemans here. That's what I'm thinking. Have these bad boys here. Bam, bam. Because they're protecting this way. Because this is where maybe they live or something. And then the Minotaur Skeletons is going to be right sort of at the start of their fight. Maybe that one round has passed between these guys. They've lost a couple of skeletons or something. And these guys are going to be fighting each other. And if the party's going to be here and they're going to have to make a decision, they're going to be in the initiative. But they're going to have to make a decision. Hey, do we piss like these guys off? Do we sit back and wait? Like maybe they're going to need some stealth rolls and stuff. But yeah, this is where this is going to be. I don't know if there's probably some way that I can make markers. Grid, selection mode. Very friendly. Now these are all targeting things. Yeah. And these guys are going to be fighting here because these bullies are natural to these caves. They're just fighting to maybe protect like a nest or something down here. Because the way my players solved this originally, this sort of encounter, was they helped kill the skeletons and stuff, and they backed off, did a couple of animal handling things, threw some meat to the bullies, and they burrowed back in the ground and disappeared. And went back to wherever they came without fighting the players, because the players cannot handle 2 bullies. They could probably barely handle 1. And you could very easily lose a character to some bullies. And depending on how fast I'm running through this sort of this run, I may have a third encounter here. Let's put it together just for sake of it. But speeders. Let's make some speeders. Spoiders, I like it. I'm not hitting enter. We're not using giant spiders. I think I said earlier phase spiders. Yeah, that's what we're using. Gonna get ourselves some phase spiders. That's the one, right? And I'm gonna guess that I don't have phase spiders in my stuff. Does not look like it. I don't want to move and copy all of my tokens for everything into Fantasy Grounds, but yet I want to keep this fairly clean for the moment. Let me go get, oh, I don't have to redo this. Nope. I need to get, we'll figure it out in a second. This was it. Phase spiders, get their nice beautiful little token here. Save them as phase spider. Copy, paste it into the token folder. Here we go. Just gotta unlock it. I'm gonna forget to unlock it every single time. And then these are gonna be unchanged as well. 32 hit points, not too bad. And we may have, not sure how many we want to use in this encounter. Phase spiders were very, very easy for these guys to fight. They'll be spread between sort of here and here, and they have pretty good stealth. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, they have +6 stealth and stuff, so they can roll pretty damn high. Yeah, nice 23 with the good roll. I say they can stealth pretty damn well. Sometimes I just use sort of a passive stealth sort of thing where they have 16, and if the players are looking around, and I just say, yeah, you know, if they're being careful, being watchful for skeletons, more bullies, any traps or anything, maybe I'll just set, sometimes I like to set and just say, yeah, it's a base passive stealth 16. And it sort of gives them a chance, not to like, just before the encounter, notice them. Maybe I might do it that way, but other times it's like, hey, yeah, maybe they just notice it, and before they engage or the monsters engage, they notice what's there. Because these spiders are natural to the cave. Even though these are normally monstrosities, sort of bully, but we're gonna have a couple of these. Probably 5. 5 is probably good. One more, I would probably say that probably the exact same count, if not one more, as players. So they would be like on the walls and stuff because they have climb speed. A couple there, a couple down here. Maybe a few more, depending on how these fights go, right? This is supposed to be a fairly easy fight for 4th level characters. That would go pretty straightforward. They may or may not rest. If they do, they'll come down here. They'll get to this fight, and usually they realize, well, the players that I played, they've only played through this once, right? Hopefully they'll realize, hey, we shouldn't be fighting bully. Let's try and figure another way to tame these, beasts, or maybe we can help fight them first and kill them instead of the skeletons, something like that. Or maybe just watch the fight, see where the bully go from there if they don't engage initially. players are smart. They'll figure something out, especially if there's at least a couple of experienced players there. They'll do something to win this fight, even though theoretically, if you just threw it at them as a fight, they would lose. But these phase spiders here, they're actually pretty much pushovers. I mean, yeah, you can use their ethereal jaunt pretty well to just jump in and out so they can't be targetable, but you don't want to be using that all the time. I usually only use ethereal jaunt like the round or the turn they take after they've taken damage. So if all the attacks miss them and they're like right next to someone, they're just going to stay there. They're not going to use their bonus action to jump away. And there may be some webs out here. I may draw some up there some way. But yeah, their bite is only +4, and 4th level characters, sometimes they've got splint and stuff, you know, some decent armor class. They got a barbarian or two. Not a lot of damage, just the D10 +2. The poison is kind of nice. It does some pretty good damage. And then it paralyzes them, so it's nice to really like go. The barbarian's gonna run forward. It's like, all right, I'll tank all these spiders, get poisoned and paralyzed and stuff. It's pretty cool fight. But they handled, when I ran this, they handled this pretty well. So I think we'll leave that pretty much the same. So just some phase spiders, and then I should probably lock that down. The CR5 fight. Yeah, what does it say the difficulty of all these fights are? Why does it say CR8? These phase spiders are not crazy strong. Maybe that is a stronger fight than I remember it. I don't know. That's pretty much what I used. I think I used maybe 4 or 5 against a 4th level party. They were healed after this. They did take a rest. So I would expect at least a short rest after the first 2 encounters from a party. If not, I might drop this down to 3. But otherwise, yeah, the skeleton one's super easy. This one here, I need to unlock it and then refresh this. This is really high encounter rate, but I would not give them the full XP for defeating all these if they are the ones to do it. I would handle it a bit differently. But yeah, this isn't a too bad set of encounters for the first little bit. I like that. And then let's go make ourselves, well, we're also gonna use the same sort of map tool initially as we used before. Let's cut all this out real quick. Got the story. I'll leave the library up for now. We're gonna open back up. Not this. There we go. So I open this up again, and I'm not using this. Actually, can I minimize this? How do I minimize? I don't know. There's probably a hotkey that I don't know, but need to get in here. I don't know what it's called. I have a program, but we'll figure it out on, what is it? This one? Yep, this first. So here we're going to go. We're going to stick with cross-site. No, maybe not. Maybe we'll use graph paper. I don't like that. We're not using counters anymore. We're using square. We're actually making an actual dungeon now. They're going to break into, or they're going to find what happened is the dwarves went down here and found all these monsters, the skeletons at least. I mean, boulets and phase spiders they know how to handle. But the skeletons and stuff and the other crap they're going to find down here. They're going to break. What happened is that they broke into a dungeon, and now that's why they hired the Anvil to come clear all this stuff out. Because they can handle the other normal monsters and stuff pretty easily. So we want egress, room size. We may mess with this a little bit. Corridors, errant, labyrinth, straight. We mess with that too. Well, I'll show you guys somehow this works. Let's not do graph paper. Let's do sandstone. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think sandstone is probably what we're gonna do. Same medium dungeon size. Let's see how well this ends up generating. The biggest problem is trying to have a. Ooh, that is way too huge for what I want to do. That is way too huge. Diminutive. That's probably too small. But I probably just want. That's actually kind of too big. Yeah. I don't want stairs. I want peripheral egress too. Let's go back to these settings. Stairs, no. Peripheral egress, yes. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna have to do a fine map because I don't want too many encounters in here, too many traps. Because if this is just supposed to be a 1-day sort of thing, yeah, this might work. I don't like this sort of break off here, but this may work. I want 2 entrances. I would like it a little different though. I may go. I did like this map, but it's too big for, again, a 1-day sort of thing. I probably want maybe 3 more encounters with this. And this probably isn't a good one-shot sort of, 4 hours thing, but we'll put it together just so I can have some more practice with Fantasy Grounds and stuff. Yeah, we'll stay with fine. I don't want scattered. I want. Let's try dense. Let's try dense. See how that looks. I probably don't want dense. Yeah, I don't want dense. I want metric, complex. What is this just for complex? Nah, I don't want that either. Sparse. Let's try sparse for a second. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want too short hallways. I do want some hallways back and forth, so scattered is probably our best bet. Change a little number. I should turn remove dead ends on. Yeah, that will probably help out. Let's remove all dead ends. Sandstone square. This will work. This will work. No stairs. Scattered medium. Let's do large sizes. May need to drop that down, but I only want a couple of rooms in here. That is not a couple rooms. So let's go back to medium. See if I can get us at least 2. I'd like 2 medium-sized ones and a small one. Perfect. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. So yeah, this is, we're gonna start downloading this immediately. This is perfect. So we're gonna come in from this way. And this will be maybe a first, maybe an encounter. I'm not sure what I want to put here exactly, but this will definitely be an encounter, and then this direction will be trapped. This one might be trapped as well. And then, actually no, this might be the boss room. This will have the dragon in it. And then this door is going to be, yeah, it's not going to be unlocked like it says. It's not going to be an unlocked simple wooden door. Maybe this will be a puzzle or a trap or something, where it's gonna be a locked door, and then whoever tries to pick at something, we'll figure something out in a little bit. But this we can work with. This is gonna be good. So let's get this put in here. Gotta go back to images and maps, open up the folder. We got that from downloads, right? Yep. Moving it over real quick, renaming it to Rastalin Dungeon. There we go, Rastalin Dungeon. Perfect. Ooh, it's even a decent size. Nice. So, I forgot on the last map to do the. Trying to open it up. I forgot to do the hidden stuff, so let's do that. Oh no, I gotta reset it. I gotta figure out how to reset it. No. Okay. It's probably right click here. Layers, navigator, enter mask mode, delete mask. Change check. Table links. No, that's not it. Drawing. Clear drawing. Probably not it either. Grid toolbar. Oh, this changes a little bit. I probably shouldn't have messed with it. Oh no. And then down. All right. We didn't mess with the grid. Now I gotta figure out how to cover this all up again. Is there a reverse way to do this? Is there a right click? Nope, there's not a right click. Is there a middle? Can I control this? Yes, perfect. Okay. So I can control nice big ol' square there to cover this all up. Then we'll open this up, this little area where they break in a little bit. And it's going to take a little bit to load because Fantasy Grounds apparently has a lot of trouble creating a small gradient of darkness. You already finished with the Boule Goblin encounter. It was a Boule Skeleton encounter. Yes, I finished that. We set up one up here, and there's the Boule, the regular Skeleton encounter, then the Boule Skeleton encounter there, and then the Phase Spider one I set up a little bit further down. As soon as I can scroll, yeah, down here, some Phase Spiders I set up. And we're getting ready to start on this dungeon here that I just generated. Actually, we may not use this. I don't think we're actually going to use this. Technically. We're not technically going to use this, but this is a good idea. Oops. I need control. Control with the blue square. That's what hides everything. It's going to take a little bit to load. Come on, Fantasy Grounds. I believe in you. Well, I'm believing in you. I'm going to not believe in you and start finding the program that I need. I have it on my desktop, but my desktop is behind Fantasy Grounds, so I can't get to it. Yeah, nope, it's not that one. Not that either. Man, the problem is that I can't also. I don't remember what it's called. It's not that. It's not that. This list is terrible. That's one of the major issues I have with. It's not an audio thing. Why am I even clicking check on that? Let's see. Windows. It's not in accessories nor in admin tools. I should probably put it in the thing. Let's do this first, and then I'll figure that out. So let's finish opening this part of the cavern up. That there, and then they can probably see this here as well. There we go. And then so that is done. I have my sort of plan there. I wish I could set those monsters up, but they won't stay unless I add them to the tracker. So then this, I'm trying not to use this, but I'm going to use this sort of idea. But what I want to do is, it's not in here. Why am I looking in here? I wish they had a proper programs thingy. Let me check this PC. Local disk program files. Let's see. Nope, that's another thing. Animac, no. Definitely not Google. It's not Java. Not that either. Nope, that's voice meter. Do I not have this installed? I could have swore I had this installed. No, that's my emulator. Let's see, where are my downloads? It doesn't help at all. I download all sorts of crazy stuff. I'll never be able to find it in here in decent time. How do I minimize Fantasy Grounds? I'm gonna close the window. Store window. There we go. Do it like that. I can probably exit out of there for a second. And it's on here. Where is it? Where is it? Fortress Dungeon. I think that's it. No, that's not it. RPG map. That's it. That's it. Where's the application? RPG map. There we go. It opens up two different things. Working properly. All right, this is something, but this is what we want to use. This is what we want to use. Let's go. put Fantasy Grounds over on this window for a second. Yeah, here we go. This, yeah, they ran through this dungeon, so I can show that fine. Let's pull up the other map I just did. In D&D, it's maps now, right? Nope, it can't be maps. You can download. Oh, we'll do this. We'll do this. There we go. So we're going to use this the pre-gen map we have right here to sort of guide us on here. We can never to resume. So we're gonna. This is already saved. Let's. Where's new map? Might stretch this out a little bit more. Nope. Load map. Nope. Where do I get the new map? Maybe I need to. Maybe I'm still not getting all the options. Yeah, let's go full screen real quick. Just clear. Yes. Okay. The mouse button moves us around. So this is where I like to use little free tool. I forget, what is it called? What was it called again? Yeah, already closed it out. Oh, let's click in. Yeah, I know. Down here at. No, shit, it wasn't here. It was in my desktop. It's RPG map. There we go. Yeah. Actually, I should probably pull this up so I can show it off in case you guys want to use it too. RPG map. Is this the right one? Let me check before I start showing it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is the one that I got, RPG map 2. This is what I'm using. It's a free download thing. It works in your browser too. Nice. I have the downloadable program, but maybe they made some updates too. Maybe this is just illustration, but yeah, you make some cool maps with this. What we're gonna use. I used to use the RPG map 1 to make some of my maps, but now we're using a nice cool one. So we're gonna sort of base our design off of here, except if I remember correctly, which I don't need to remember, I can just pull it up, the wrestling caves. What direction did they egress from? To the left. Okay, so yeah, breaking up from the right will work perfectly. So let's start with that. Matter squares here. We're gonna click, open little things. So they're gonna come from the right down this way, and it's only gonna be a 1-path hallway, and they're gonna break in. There's gonna be a door here, but we're first gonna have a little open area here. Maybe not that tall. Let's close it off again. So we're gonna put a door. Where do we put doors? There we go, right there. There's gonna be a door there, and then back to square walls, because you can use cavern walls and stuff too. And they've got diagonal walls. We're not doing any of that. So we're gonna have this here, sort of based off of this design. We're maybe not gonna use this exactly, but this is a good little start for us to sort of inspire what we wanna do. Whoops. Let's, oh yeah, arrows. Is it arrows or WSD? No, arrows move around like that. There's some way for me to move and do things. I don't see the hotkeys right now, but we can probably work with this pretty well. So they're gonna enter here, there might be a little fight, and then there is going to be I think it's gonna go this way though. There's gonna be a path that goes this way. There's gonna be a door. Maybe there'll be 2 paths in this first room. I like the sort of 2 paths in the first room sort of idea. We may stick with that. We may not. There's gonna be a little path around this way. Winds around a little bit until it gets to like that, like this. Another large open area. That will lead to another room down this way. At least that's what I'm thinking so far. Because in this room, we're gonna have something else. Okay, so we're gonna have a bunch of doors we're gonna start setting up. Bam, bam. Put doors everywhere if you want them. I do want them everywhere. It's probably not too necessary, so we might not need all of them, but have doors there, doors like that. This is gonna be like the skeleton. This is gonna have like a pile of skeletons and stuff. And they're gonna rise and fight them there. And this way, they can go this way, but there's gonna be a huge minotaur here. Whoops, that's a door. I want walls. That's gonna be a nice double door. This way, leading to a larger chamber. This larger chamber, ooh, I need to move this. I full screen this real quick. Move and resize. There we go. Oof, oof, I messed it up. A little bit, okay. Close all that. Do that. This isn't perfect, but I think that's pretty close to how it was before. And then this does not need to be super big. Just that big. That big's fine. We'll put the doors probably on this side right here. Whoops. There we go. Nice big double doors right there. Have the dragon and his horde and his giant mirror he's gonna have. He's got a mirror for a reason. So that's how he's got a broken mirror specifically. But I think this is what we're gonna use. I probably don't need doors over here. But yeah, I think we're gonna use this map. So both paths sort of take them here. This might have a trap here. So maybe extend it out a little bit further. Because I did use a trap. Whoops, I did use a trap in the original dungeon that I ran here, where someone got trapped in a room that started heating up and the players had to figure out a way to get him out. So we'll probably use that. If we're gonna use that, we're gonna use that trap here. That way, there's an encounter this way, there's an encounter this way. They can fight both if they really want, but if they need to keep moving, they're going to keep moving. There's going to be a huge minotaur here. And depending on how things go, he's only going to have one arm. He's going to be a living minotaur, though. So let's move the map like this. No, let's move the map like this. Wait. Let's be careful how we move the map. Yeah, there we go. Exit that all down right to the ideal size. We're gonna save map as Rastalin dungeon. There we go. And then we're gonna export it as well because we need to export the image, a PNG. Show grid, show icons, no. Perfect. And you're gonna go my D&D stuff into my maps just as a regular thing. Oops, I need to name you. There we go, and then we're done with here. I'm gonna make this full screen again. Perfect, and then we don't need this anymore. Let's open up the folder again, delete that out of there, and pull our new map in. Maps, tips maps. Rastalin dungeon, bang bang boom. There we go. So this is our dungeon. So let's set up these encounters. So the library's behind there. Images and maps don't need up anymore. Let's put up our other encounters. So we're gonna have a new one. So here there's gonna be a pile of bones, and I probably need to get like a physical pile to show here for this one. I wonder if I can just drag a token in or an image into this map. How that works with Fantasy Grounds, because I know how it works with. Maybe I can make it a monster too. Honestly, maybe Bone Pile will be a monster that summons every round. Maybe it has some hit points. Maybe it's immune in some way. Certain weakness to certain damage type. I'm not exactly sure. We'll figure that out eventually. But let's call this encounter. Bone room. Bone room. Hit enter every time. So we've got the bone room. Let's see. We're going to use some. We're just going to use regular skeletons for this one. And the thing is, this may summon like, I don't know, 10 skeletons. It's probably going to summon 6 initially, and then every round The bone thing is probably gonna have a thing. I need to probably make a new. To make a new NPC. Bone peel. Oh, don't need to capitalize pile. Or spell it wrong. Non-ID name. It's gonna be the same name, so I don't think I need to say. It'll be large type undead. I'm hoping this all. This is the first creature I'm gonna create sort of custom. Alignment none. Armor class is gonna be like 8 or something, and it's gonna have some crazy high, like 150 hit points or something, maybe even 200. Speed 0. FT. There we go. And then stat it's not gonna have. It's gonna have. It's also gonna have like no saving throws. Well, it probably should have stats. It probably should have stats because it will have to make saving throws. Because it's not gonna be immune to magic, right? But it'll be immune to a bunch of other things. So we should probably. It doesn't need strength. Doesn't have any dex. So this is probably like I don't know 4. We'll say maybe it has good con. Maybe it has 16 con. Whoops. It has 16 con. It doesn't have any intelligence, so that's another 4. Maybe, but it's wise. Maybe it's like it's a wise sort of known thing. It doesn't have. It has like 2 charisma. That sounds right. Maybe it is intelligent a little bit. Not physically so that it can speak, but just so it can help saving throws and stuff. Doesn't have any skills. It's vulnerable. Do I want to make it vulnerable to bludgeoning? I probably do. That's probably going to be its weakness. BLUD. Bludgeoning. I'm hoping I'm spelling that right because I think this does go into its coding and stuff. Let me actually check. Skill. How's that? Bludgeoning. Okay, good. Damage immunities. Poison. Oops, I don't need to capitalize that. POISON. Comma. It's gonna be immune to poison and maybe psychic. PSYCHIC. Is that spelled right? I think so. Poison and psychic. That sounds pretty good. And the condition immunities. Pretty much everything. I'm gonna just copy from another monster. What do I know that has all the condition immunities? Shambling Mound, I think does it? No, not nearly enough. Golem. Iron Golem has immunities to almost everything. Everything but prone. Okay, so we'll just copy. Whoops. I'll just have to type it all in. I'll have to type it in. I keep capitalizing everything because I learned sometime in my childhood to capitalize everything that I type. Charmed. That's not spelled right, is it? No. EXHAUSTION. AUSTI. That looks good. Might not be. I know exhaustion looks like it's spelled wrong. Frightened should be spelled right. Paralyzed, no, the Z. Paralyzed, is that spelled right? I hope so. Petrified should be spelled right. ETRIFIED, yep. Poisoned and prone. And it's immune to prone because technically the bone pile is prone on the ground already. So we don't need the Iron Golem check anymore. Senses, it doesn't have any senses, it doesn't need any because it's not going to make any attacks. It doesn't speak, and let's say it has a CR of, I don't know, 5. 5 sounds about right. Traits, actions, and it is going to have some actions. It's going to have the action summon skeletons. After playing this one, I feel like I need More than 2 monitors for all the references I had in the tabs. Yeah, I have 3, and I feel like I need more. I have a nice 1440p in the middle, and I have 2 1080p's on the side, and I still need more. I still need more. Summon. Is that how summon spelled? Maybe not. Skeletons. And what's gonna happen? I'm gonna spell out 2. I'm just gonna keep doing that every round. And since this is sort of a custom encounter, I'm not gonna know exactly how tough this is, but I'm pretty sure the characters, after fighting skeletons and stuff, knowing that they're weak against bludgeoning, this is just gonna be a pretty typical encounter. Stun 2 skeletons within 5 feet. On its turn. Sounds about right. And I mean, that's just for me to know for the most part. Summons 2 skeletons within 5 feet on its turn. Nice. So we'll probably have to change this. But yeah, we're going to have Bone Pile go here. Let's actually delete you out first. He's going to be hostile, just to be sure. I'm going to need to get a token for this Bone Pile. And we're going to have to search for nice Bone Pile thing. Bone Pile images. I like to use Google. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. I like that. Ooh, is that a PNG as well? I think that's gonna work great. Already naturally let's save image as. I was having a hard time jumping from the map to my character sheet. Back again, just found the pop out button for the character sheets. Yeah, you can pop them out, and I think everything except initiative works. The initiative thing will only work if you have it popped into the screen. And then once you roll initiative, then you can pop it out and roll it fine. Because that's what I do with all my characters, or all my NPCs. I just put them on the right screen, have the main map full screen in the middle. Let's see, Bone Pile. Yeah, we'll save that there. See if that's good enough. But I'm gonna have to go put that in the token thing, right? Yep, I'm going to. Monster tokens. Unpile.png, perfect. Maybe not, maybe it's not perfect. Oh, it's not unlocked. That's probably why. There we go. So we're gonna have the nice bone pile. Perfect. And so what'll happen is the bone pile is gonna be right here-ish. That's huge. Oh, it's not scaled. It's not scaled. Lock token scale. Yeah, it's gonna be just right. Do I want to rotate it? I probably want to rotate it. I may have to set this up. Yeah, I'll set this up before the actual encounter, but yeah, it's probably gonna be right there. Lock token size is probably gonna sit right there, right at the end of the hallway, and the summon skeletons like that. So it's gonna be bam. Do I have this? Oh, that's why. That's why. Duh. No. I'm gonna delete all these tokens because I don't have the grid set up here. I need to set the grid up. That's off. That's off. That's not good. That's not a good sign. That the grid does not want to snap properly. Probably because this is not a square map. I may need to change that. We may need to just redo this map a little bit. Let me. No, I need to minimize this again. Store window. Yep. I'm gonna pull up RPG map again. It's gonna automatically open my map, and let's go to move and resize. Yeah, we're probably have to make this 32, just so it's square, and I think it will work properly then. We're gonna save map, export image. I think we just moved it, so we can rename it. Rascalin Dungeon, perfect. We're done there. We will move that back over. We should probably exit. We'll full screen it first, then we'll exit this out. Because we're gonna move that over. I need to pull up the maps and stuff, right? Images and maps folder. It's easier for me to go do this. So Rascalin Dungeon is there. And then I'm gonna have to move this here. It says replace file and destination. Perfect. We got the Rascalin Dungeon again. It is, yeah, we should be good now. So get the grid set up. And we're still having a little issues. Maybe I just messed up that grid. Set to grid. Maybe it's not gonna work. Maybe it's not gonna want to work. Grid off. That's work. That'll work. All right, awesome. It did work. Nice. So proud of myself that I figured that out. Let's what is it? Control? Yes, it is control. So we're gonna have Bone Man. Ooh, you're supposed to be bigger than that. Maybe I changed that. No, it's supposed to be locked. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. I need to. How do I change that? I gotta go to its sheet. Got to go to its sheet. So, oh man, it was large, right? Open it up. I'm gonna change it from large to HUGE. Whoops. Does that change the size? No, it doesn't. I need to make it bigger anyway. Release token scale. Lock token scale. Zoom in more. Release token scale. I don't know. That's about as good as we're gonna get. The only place I can find Quartzwood podcast episode 1 is on YouTube. I'm gonna have to figure out how to download YouTube now. So what I use, it's called YouTube Downloader, YTD, and it can download the file. It'll download as an MP4 originally, and you can use that and watch it if you want. But then I convert it afterwards to MP3 to hear it, because the video does take up more battery. I don't know, I haven't done that in years since I had my old crappy phone, but yeah, I used to do it. I have a real phone now, so now I just watch them on YouTube. But oh, you probably mean the program. No, I use the program on my computer, download them, then transfer to them to my phone, or at least I used to, because now there's probably an app that can do that. But so yeah, Skillamans, they're the right size, perfect. Yeah, it's probably gonna summon like 8 or 10 of these guys. There's no Minotaurs gonna show up. Maybe not initially. Maybe it can summon some more. You can either summon maybe 3 skeletons or 1 Minotaur. I don't know. I may change that mid-fight or not, or maybe better when I'm feeling after they've gone through the initial part and they figure out exactly how bad this encounter needs to be. And then yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. There's that one. We've got the Spooters. Skillamans 1, the Boule, Bone Room, and Spooters. Nice. And so our second to last encounter is going to be Minotaur. And we are going to use are we going to use the base Minotaur? I can't remember if I used the base Minotaur or not. Oops. I know. I fat finger everything. Minotaur. Yes, let's get ours. That way I can use my. Or no, I guess not mine. We're gonna have to go to 5e tool again, because I don't have that one. Man, I can't believe how long ago it was since I set up all my folders properly and got tokens and stuff. I'm not going to use that. We'll use this window again. The bestiary. There. No, I swear I have to have this guy's thing. Probably a square though. Would it be down here? Let's see. There's a Minotaur. Could have swore I had a really, really cool thing. Old monsters. Let's see. Let's see if I still have it or not. Yeah, there it is. Okay, nice. Can I pull that? Oh, I can't. Save image as D&D. We'll save it in the D&D file. Somewhere in there already. Yeah, so I must have scrolled past it somehow. Maybe we'll find it real quick. There we go. This is the lad himself. There we go. That's what we're gonna use for our Minotaur. Yeah, because he's gonna be a badass Minotaur. We're not using this goofy stuff. We're gonna make a little token for him real quick. Using good old token stamp. And drag him over. Nice, what color do we want that? Nice red. Yeah, dark red. The background, pretty gray. Pretty gray. There we go. Download that. I'm gonna show in folder because I need to rename that first as to Badass Minotaur Dude. I should just name him Minotaur Badass. That way, if I'm looking for Minotaur, I find it alphabetically. And we cut that in my main folder. Tokens. Then copy. We're going to put that into the token library here. Monsters. Where was it? Oh, yes, I copied it. Go. There we go. So it should be right here. There he is. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Minotaur Man. Unlock it. Forget every single time. Yeah, I'll see you later, wallbanger. I'm gonna definitely boost up the hit points. I'm with recall reckless. Definitely keep reckless. But I may have him do 2 great axe attacks. Because I'm only gonna have 1 Minotaur here. It's not dragging yet until we're done editing this. I gave him a name originally too. I'll probably do that as well. What's non-ID name? I'm hoping that's the name that it calls when you roll with it. Let's see. I just name him Badass, right? And then I roll with him. Does it give him? No, it just calls him Minotaur. So that's Minotaur. It's non-ID name, and then he's gonna be. Then he's gonna be Badass. Let's see if that works. Great axe. There we go. Now that we know him Badass, he's hitting way better now. Nice. All right, so great axe. I like the reckless. So always attack recklessly. We may leave him as he is. I'm thinking we leave him as he is because they might not rest after here. Regardless if they do, and I think I'm gonna leave his hit points where they're at now. Because when I played him last time, when I played this guy, he had his arm blown off by the previous dwarven incursion into here. They had come in here and then came in got themselves killed fighting. Actually, I should put another door here. Yeah, there's supposed to be dead dwarven bodies here because they came in, stole something from the dragon. The players don't know about it yet till they get here and talk to the dragon, because they're definitely not going to want to fight him straight up. But maybe they will. Maybe they will. Depends on how I want to run this, whether it's a one-day thing or not. But yeah, there's going to be a Minotaur here. Oh, I put Badass in. And then he's going to go right big old there. Garden away. Wish I could Photoshop his arm out or something. Nice big bloody stump. But I'm terrible at Photoshop, so we're not going to do that. Not even going to try. And then last but not least, actually I gotta lock that down, right? Yep, he's gonna be neutral when they come in, because they'll talk to them, ask him some things, maybe talk to him. Lastly, our final encounter that I've alluded to and said a bunch of times. Dragon. Good old dragon man. And this guy, what did I use last time? It was that green dragon, right? A young green dragon. And let's see if I don't have a token for him. I'll probably have to go get it. Probably have to go get a young green dragon token. I'm getting pretty good at getting these tokens. Let's see, what's the adult green dragon look like? Does a young green dragon look any different? No, I didn't expect it to. Well, we use it. We'll use it anyway. Okay, we'll pull up tokens again. There, open up, move it across. Copy, paste. Send green dragon. I gotta unlock. Nope, that's the original one. This is mine. See, and he's pretty much gonna be a young green dragon, which is something they kind of can't handle. They can't handle it, theoretically, but they're usually going to come into this room, and they're going to be beat up from this Minotaur fight, thinking this is the treasure room. And it is the treasure room, but it's not the treasure room that they're looking for. And he's going to be neutral, because they're probably going to want to try and talk this out before they fight a dragon. Yeah, and he's going to be sitting on his pile of... We're gonna use young green dragon, but I think he's gonna be huge. Not hoog. Huge. Does that change? Yes. Okay. So I want him to be a little bit bigger. There we go. And he's gonna be sitting on like a pile of like broken glass and stuff. He's gonna have a big mirror behind him, which was his portal into the upper world, and this is where he hid all his treasure and stuff. He's gonna have a huge treasure room here, but I don't really have to figure out until we end up playing, if we end up playing this at some point. But sometimes I really like to let my players roll and stuff. Do you allow feats instead of ability scores? Yes, I do. That's how Coach's character Jordan is able to get that with his halberd. He's got what's called Polearm Master, and he gets like an extra attack with his reaction as enemies come into his range, and then he gets like the extra bonus attack as well. It's a really, really strong feat because it can give you up to 2 extra attacks per round in the right situations for it. But Wood Elf Magic looks fun. Yeah, that'd be a nice one. I don't think... Yeah, you're at 4th level already, so you won't get your next ability and score increase until 8th level. And I'm not sure if we're going to get to 8th level or not in the Eivor campaign, honestly. But we might. We'll probably get close, depending on how quickly we finish through it. We're probably about halfway through, so... Yeah, I'm thinking like a 6th or 7th level finish. But yeah, I think this is it for the Rastlin dungeon. little thing. Do I want to? No, I might want other. I want to go find some other like pictures and stuff to add in here for like the town and the mine and everything. But that's probably gonna take more work looking and trying searching for things. But yeah, this turned out actually pretty good. Honestly, it wasn't too bad either. We'll lock that down. That'll be ready to go when we need it. I wish. Oh right, we gotta. There's nothing in here, so they're gonna be in this room essentially. Aim from the right. Perfect. And they can't see this other stuff. Nice, good fog of war. That's not too bad for doing fog of war stuff. About what I expect from Roll20, and that's nice. I want to leave that unlocked. That's pretty good. I think that's where we're gonna finish up for today. We did pretty good. That's a nice little encounter thing, and I want to start building more sort of missions for the Anvil, stuff that I haven't done before, stuff I'm thinking of. We'll work a bit harder on it. I don't know if we'll play, or if we'll not play. I don't know if we'll do roll or fantasy rounds. I want to call it Roll20, but that's just for reflex. I don't know if we'll do some more making tomorrow. We might if I don't find some game that I want to play instead, but if not, we might do something else if I feel inclined to do it. But so far, this is going pretty good. Yeah, we'll just end it there, I think. Caves turned out pretty good. The problem is I just don't like not having all the monsters and stuff sitting out here. Because to leave them out here, I have to like leave them on the combat tracker. I just have to remember where they are when they come in. So there's probably some way I can do that a bit better. Probably not drawing mode. Somewhere that I can flag things that only I can see. Make layers. Is there enter mask mode? No. I don't know. I'll probably ask the DM that I play with in a couple days if I can't figure it out by then. What is this preload image share sheet? Nope, don't need any of that. Your drawing mode, nope. We'll figure it out later. It's not super important that I get these all set up properly. This is just the best that I'm able to figure out at the moment. So appreciate everyone stopping by. Mostly Wallbanger.